The moment could not be more perfect for the Walini Tea Plantation in West Java 4 years ago when the high-speed train project, which will connect Jakarta and Bandung, West Java, was being discussed by the government. Several years before the $6.07 billion train project officially kicked off in January 2016, the 1,200-hectare plantation, which is owned by state plantation firm PT PN8, had become unproductive, both for tea and other kinds of fruits. Due to its proximity to Cipularang toll road, the heat negatively affected our plantation. Hence, it is no longer suitable for any crop, so we had to come up with other options, said Denny Justiana, a former employee of PT PN8. We came with a plan to turn the land into an agro-industrial complex in 2010, not long after the train project came. So, the moment was perfect, at a time when we wanted to find added value for this land. PT PN8 also benefited from being included in the project's consortium, which is made up of 3 state-owned enterprises, SOEs, namely State Construction Company Widaya Karya, WIKA, State Rail Firm KAI and State Toll Road Operated Jasa Marga. Called Pilar Sinergi BUMN Indonesia, PSBI, the consortium then created a joint venture firm with 5 Chinese firms, Beijing Yuan, resulting in the creation of PT Kereta Cepat Indonesia China, KCIC. As a train and property developer, KCIC recently pledged to finish the 142.3-kilometer project, which is fully funded by China Development Bank, CDB, by 2021. The whole project is called the Jakarta-Bandung-High-Speed-Train, KCJB, and it will drastically cut travel time to only 36 minutes, direct trip, from the current 3.5 hours by regular train. It will also be followed by major transit-oriented development. TOT predicts at 4 locations along the railway, at Halim in East Jakarta, Karawang in West Java, Walini in West Bandung and Tegalur in Bandung. Watch your step. Workers stand on scaffolding above a giant tunnel built for the Jakarta-Bandung high-speed railway project in Walini, West Bandung Regency, West Java, on Feb. 21. The Jakarta Post, Winda Parwitasari, Denny, who is now KCIC's spokesperson, said Walini is one of the project's 22 critical spots, or a sub-project that needs to be finished first due to its complexity. Walini has a hilly topography, and the high-speed train needs a relatively straight railway that is not too tilted. The structure of the land means it's also prone to landslides, he said. There are at least 3 tunnels in the Walini that in total will stretch 7.44 kilometers. As of Thursday, 240 meters of 1/800m tunnel and 108 meters of a 2.19 kilometers have been excavated. While in terms of land procurement, though he did not disclose the exact percentage, Denai said there were no problems as some of the affected areas were owned by PTPN8. Some locations, in Walini, still need to be released and are currently in a legal process through the court using Law No. 2, he said, referring to the Law No. 2 2012 on land procurement for public infrastructure. During Thursday's visit, the Jakarta Post observed that the tea plantation lacked farming activities, with only 1 or 2 farmers were seen collecting grass. A small village and an elementary school were still seen near the project site. In total, the whole project will have 13 tunnels, 7 of which have started their excavation phase, putting KCJB's progress at 8% completion as of December 2018. Previously, WIKA President Director Tomiana said the company expects to wrap up 60% of construction this year, before its full completion in 2021. Current development is going well as the company has reached 8% of the target by the end of last year, while 90.1% of the land has been cleared, he said. The excavation of tunnels will become the biggest boost to development, comprising 60% of the target, Denai said. He added that the target was realistic, given the fact that work involving external parties, such as land procurement, was complete, leaving only construction. The 60% work by the end of this year will be in the form of several completed tunnels and finished foundation, such as piles for elevated bridges, Denai said. According to data from KCIC, the construction of bridges will be its greatest task as they will span 68 kilometers, while the tunnels will altogether be 16 kilometers long. Local farmers become construction workers. Besa, 47, a health, safety and environment (HSE) officer at the Walini site, said local residents have responded positively to the project as it would provide job opportunities. Some residents are now part of the cleaning staff, some are working in steel processing and some in welding. They will also be trained and certified, he told the Jakarta Post. Besa, who lives about an hour from the site, further said that some residents were able to sell their land for 10 times their original price. Land acquisition wasn't that bad. I heard that some of them were able to go to Mecca for Hajj. Prior to the project, they would have received Rp 10,071 US cents per meter, while at present, they could get up to Rp 100,000 per meters, he added. China's hands all over the project. During Thursday's visit to the Walini site, it was hard not to see the China factor in the project, as almost aspect of it, from the heavy equipment to technicians, was from China. The ratio between China's workers and Indonesian workers was set at 1 to 4, meaning there must be 4 Indonesian workers for every Chinese worker. According to KCIC data, the project involves 4,749 workers. Into the light, workers arrange equipment inside a giant tunnel built for the Indonesia-China high-speed railway project in Walini, West Bandung Regency, West Java, on Feb. 21. The Jakarta Post, Winda Pawitasari, one of the Chinese's workers is Nan Li, 30, a quality control and safety officer who said he had worked at the Walini site for 3 years. I am happy to have the chance to work here in Indonesia. I have no problems so far in communicating with the fellow Indonesian workers as we have translators, said Li, who comes from Shanxi province in northern China. The Walini site has 63 local workers and 27 Chinese workers, which does not meet the set ratio, but Denai said the former did not include indirect workers such as third-party truck drivers. One of the brands of heavy equipment roaming the Walini site is China's Sany Heavy Industry Co., Limited. When asked about the proportion between China and Indonesia in terms of used equipment or material, Denai acknowledged that China contributed mainly to the project's heavy equipment. That's what the contract, KCJB, stipulates, as we also need the heavy equipment to comply with the technology that we use. But the raw materials we use, like sand, are from Indonesia, he said. Agus Supriyadi, 43, a Wika workshop supervisor for the KCJB project at Walini, said the technology from China helped minimize the manpower required on site, such as the rebar cage machine. Besides allowing us to learn about the technology, these machines also help us work faster, he said.